Hello YouTube. Today I'll be showing you an updated Muspah guide for 2017. So basically this is in the personal Slayer dungeon, and so it requires 99 Slayer to use. It's located in the Sunken Pyramid, and so to get there, you want to use the Menephos Lodestone, then run west and quick travel the Shifting Tombs. Then select the Ports District and run west to the docks. Then after you right click travel from Portmaster Kags, you can finally enter the dungeon. Now you can unlock this teleport from Slayer Codex if you have 50 plus souls added. There's a friend chat that shares this, although it's not very active, but it's called PODS_FC. Alright, so here's my equipment setup. I'm using Ancient Magics, because it does double the damage against Muspahs. So I have a Noxious Staff, and the perks I would suggest are Precise 5 and Aftershock 3. Unfortunately, I don't have spare gizmos for these, so I didn't actually use them in this video. Then I have Subjugation Body, and you don't really need any higher tier armor, because these Muspahs hit 100% accurately. The perks I would use are Impatient 3 and Biting 2. Then I have Subjugation Bottom, and the perks I would use are Genocidal and Crackling 3. Then I have Subjugation Boots and Gloves, but otherwise you can use Silverhawk Boots if you want Agility XP. The amulet I'm using is Amulet of Souls. It heals more damage using Soul Split, because the Muspahs piling on you can be very difficult to survive. I mean, otherwise you can use Blood Amulet if you don't have that. You don't want to use Zealots here, even though you're 100% accurate because of this. Then I have Surgeon's Ring, or you can use Luck of the Dwarves if you want Hazelmere Signet Chance. The pocket slot item I'm using is called Berserk Blood Essence. Every time you get hit, there's a chance of activating, and so this will boost extra combat levels, which will also stack with every potion but overloads. Each time it activates, it lasts 4 seconds each. You can otherwise manually activate it for 20 seconds, but there's a 60-second cooldown however. But otherwise, if you don't have this, that's fine. Just use a godbook with overloads. Then I have Penance or Vampirism Aura, and Penance Aura really helps if you want to save prayer potions. And finally, I have the Elf City Quiver, and that is just for prayer bonus. Alright, so here's my inventory setup. You don't need aggression potions, because they'll always be aggressive as long as you're not wearing a Shard of Zeros. You don't even need to renew the aggression even after 10 minutes. So I have Supreme Magic Potions, and that is the upgraded version of the Extreme Magic Potions. If you don't have this, it's fine. Just use the regular Extreme Magics. But basically when stacking this with Berserk Essence, it'll give you a whopping increase of 34 magic levels. Then I have Super Prayer Renewal and Weapon Poison Plus. Then I bring Replenishment and Prayer Potions. You may want to bring some emergency food, just in case you can't survive easily, although Muspahs do drop sharks, so it's pretty optional anyways. Then I have Spring Cleaner, and I set this to destroy rune items. You can't really bring Alch runes here, because I'm on ancient spells. Then I have Large Rune Pouch, and that is for Blood Barrage runes. Now like I said before, the ancient spells do double the damage against Muspahs. And the reason I use Blood Barrage is because ancient spells can now be healed with abilities. Then I have Ring of Vigor and the Planted Feet Sunspear switch. So the Planted Feet increases the duration of Sunshine by 7 seconds. However, unequipping it doesn't actually remove the effect. Although if you have Aftershock on your main weapon, then you want to have Aftershock on your Sunspear as well, or else it'll reset the stacks. Then I have Enhanced Excalibur, and that is for emergency healing. The familiar I'm using is a legendary pet with a Pakyak Beast of Burden. The reason I use Beast of Burden is because I can't alch in Ancients, and so these alchables can really take up a lot of space. Alright, so here are my prayers. I'm using Torment, or you can use the tier 99 prayer. Then I have Soul Split. I would also suggest having Berserk Prayer, and that makes your combat level boosts from potions last 15% longer. It doesn't work with overloads however. For some reason I forgot to use this in this video. Then finally the prayer I have is Dark Form. So this basically makes ancient spells trigger twice as often. And that means Blood Barrage will heal more often, which is going to be your secondary healing source. Alright, so here's my action bar. For basics, just follow my action bar for Revolution. Tuska's Wrath does not work against Muspahs unfortunately, so basically just use this as a regular ability. For thresholds, I have Wild Magic, Asphyxiate, and Deep Impact. You can maybe use Detonate as your threshold if there's a cluster of Muspahs, and the only ultimate I use is Sunshine. Alright, so here's a strategy. You pretty much stand in the middle and kill the Muspahs one at a time, or maybe you can AoE them if there's a cluster. Try to use thresholds as often, but prioritize Sunshine. The threshold abilities should hit fairly hard, so that means you can kill them in 1 or 2 hits. Now the Muspahs itself do hit fairly hard if you get piled, so just avoid this by killing them faster. You can also use Enhanced Excalibur to heal back your HP, but otherwise you can pick up Sharks to heal. As you can see, they're fairly spread out, so the AoE isn't really helpful. You may want to area loot once in a while, because their drops are pretty nice. They mostly drop a lot of Rune and Dragon Alchable items. The coin piles are pretty common, and they do drop in bunches of at least 10k. You can also get Blood and Death Runes as well. Then they also drop Elder Energies, which are okay I wouldn't bother looting the Muspah spines, because right now it's a loss to make the Muspah pouches. Alright, so in this task, I was able to make 2.5 mil worth of drops. If you were to extrapolate this in an hour, this would get you a whopping 7 mil GP per hour. So overall in 18.5 minutes, I completed this task, and I killed 189 Muspahs. Extrapolating this in a full hour, you'd get 610 kills per hour, which is approximately 60 more kills per hour compared to my old guide. So this gives me 620k magic XP per hour, and only 290k Slayer XP per hour. Really under average for Slayer XP, and it's okay for combat XP. The profit's really amazing however. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask.